All right. Well, that's God telling me that I need to do this over. So, uh, epiphany time. I'm going to make it a lot quicker. Maybe that's what God's telling me because I get long winded. So, epiphany today is that I got to start doing these videos right when I get out of the shower because that's when I do my best thinking. That's when I don't have any interruptions from TV and all the things that are thrown at you to throw you off, right? Your phone, you got your internet, your Facebook, your commercials, your billboards, planes flying with all this stuff distracts you. So I'm decided that I'm gonna get my thoughts off. And sorry, it's gonna be in the morning, and it might not be the best background. I can't go out to a nice pretty place and get my thoughts out, but normally what I've noticed is I have the good intentions of getting my thoughts out, and then halfway through the day with all the distractions of capitalism, you unfortunately get distracted and never get to your thoughts. So this thought is important, and I want to get it out because I watched this amazing documentary. And you know me, I'm all about religion, right? So I watched this documentary on the Renicious. It's about this guy called Bag, Bog, Bhagwan, Bhagwan Ranish, Indian guy, East Indian, Punjabi, I believe. And he was a guru, amazing guru, enlightened millions of people. And they called it a cult, of course, because anything they say, oh, it's a cult. It wasn't. It was a religion. This guy had millions of people following him. Amazing guy. But what I learned out of this show was even gurus can get lost. And, everybody has a weakness at the end of the day. We all have our vices, as they say. I have mine, right? And I try to constantly put them in check because we all get lost. I got lost with the money, for sure. I started making a lot of money, and you start thinking that it's all about the money. And then I still believe I lost a lot of the money in 2008 that I had because of that lesson that I had to learn it wasn't important. And it's not all about the money. And everyone has to learn a lesson sometimes. And I think this guy learned a big one uh, because he had a woman that was by his side, his secretary, his confidant, his right. I mean, this woman literally kind of built this guy's empire for him. Even when he went into silence, she did everything, and was there from day one when no one was listening and everyone thought he was crazy, and then the popularity comes, and along with the popularity comes people that come and kiss your butt and want to, for whatever reason, be around you, or maybe are jealous of the relationship that this other person had. So this woman from LA came into the picture, and she was a famous movie producer. Her dad did The Godfather or something like that. Really, I mean, rich lady from L.A. And L.A., we all know L.A., big city of dreams, right? But everything in L.A. ain't always what it seems. And sometimes you might get fooled if you come from out of town. But Ian's down by law, and I got one guy in my town. I don't break for nobody. So and I shouldn't say that because I've fallen, and this guy fell, right, because even the woman said it. His weakness was jewelry, jewels, diamonds, rubies, and this woman who was a rich lady in L.A. had access to millions of dollars of jewelry that she gifted him. And she befriended him, and in doing so, told him that he didn't want her to talk to this other woman, and she was bad. And, he told her that he was going to take a break from her, and he was just going to work with this other woman that was giving him all these gifts and telling him everything that he wanted to hear, all the promises. And this other woman said, I care about you, and I've been here from day one, and I want to help you enlighten the world. I don't want to get into, like, the material stuff and, like, all the Hollywood stuff that you're talking about now. And he said, I don't care what you say, you're banished. Get out. Not out of the religion, but you're not my main person anymore. I don't want to talk to you. And long story short, the empire crumbled after that, right? Because you sometimes think that someone has your best interest, and you allow them to get really close to you when you don't see that maybe they have an ulterior motive. And that ulterior motive, sometimes is a little competitive. Like you want to get closer to somebody. I'm sure she wanted to kick the other lady out and prove that she could be the the woman that this one was for him. And she succeeded in actually killing the guy, because in Hollywood sometimes things come with Hollywood that you don't think, like prescriptions, and it's just a whole, it's not a good life to live. And like I said, it's easy to get the carrot dangled and think that the glamour and the glitz and 50 Cent and all these people are gonna maybe give you a little credit. And I think that that's what this guy wanted, this guru. He wanted to get to the Hollywood, the rich and the famous. And in doing so, he lost his life because they didn't care about him. They were using him. And this other woman who cared about him said, "Hey, these people are going to kill you, because they're not conducive to your vision and the enlightenment, and they don't get what I get. But you're giving them all this credit, and you're like getting closer and closer to them, and now you're talking about the same things that they're talking about." And what comes with that is uh, a lonely life that is gonna not end well. And he ended up passing several years after she went her way and he went his way. And these people, she brought doctors and all the wrong people, but started listening to all the wrong advice. Because that's what you do in that world. You listen to the doctors, and and what do the doctors do? They put you on a freaking prescription, or they tell you not to do this, and you got caught in the system. So here, this beautiful guru who preached enlightenment actually fell to things that he was preaching against, which is ironic to me, especially when you see these things happen in life sometimes. So my lesson from this is, don't lose the people that have your back. Don't trade them because you get a carrot dangled in front of you, because the people that have your back from day one and have your vision are the ones that are truly in your corner. And everybody else, even though they might seem like they ha- they have your best interest, um, if they're not about enlightenment of the world, they don't. It's not about a relationship, it's about the message, right? And even the person that's trying to deliver the message can get away from the message. So I said, just everyone goes and watches this. And I'm going to start studying this religion a little bit in my church, because although I don't agree with the naked stuff, and there's some stuff in there that was a little odd, but again, I'm all about like openness. If that works for you, if you want to go be in that religion, I'm not going to sit here and say you're going to go to hell or that's a bad religion. That's their religion, and it's about an enlightenment and a connection to God at the end of the day. So I still think it was positive, and I want to learn a little bit more about it. So I'm going to start understanding that religion a little bit more, and introducing that to people in our religion, which is, nihilism and Church of the Nile. So, anyway, thanks for listening. I got my 10 minutes of talking in today. Now I'm going to go get on with my day, and I got my thought out. And hey, blessings, love. Um, Welcome to the nihilist inquisition, is what I'm calling it, because we're going to change capitalism. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And it's such a slight adjustment. Nihilism is such a slight adjustment to capitalism, but it's got to be renamed, because it's not capitalism. And capitalism, the projection, is leading us down a very narrow path that we are going to be doomed. So we have to help each other as fellow human beings, and stop being greedy, and stop being ultimate capitalists, those 0.01 percenters. I'm coming for you. But I love you still. And it's going to be with open arms. It's not going to be something that's forceful at all, because you should want to do it because of your spiritual connection. It's not all about the money. So, hey, peace, love. I'm under 10 minutes. I did it. Talk to you soon. Bye. Church of the Nile.